Alright, hello, this is Demon coming back for the next round of recording session for the Mass Effect 1 campaign. So, where we basically, you guys are saying is, I'm pretty much just going to keep playing the game probably for the next, I don't know how many hours, it might depend. Honestly, I might play this all day long until about maybe 2, 3 o'clock. Probably around 2 I'll stop if it gets to that point, but, so we're going to go ahead and leave the medical bay that we were stuck at. So again, we just saw what was going on Eden Prime. We had just woken up back here. We were back on a human ship. Captain Anderson has made discussions that we're going to be going to a place called the Citadel. But before we do that, we're going to talk to Caden, Ashley over there, and then Dr. Chakwas, and then we will head upstairs, talk to Mr. Presley, and then we're going to see Joker.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I was a regular Navy brat. I got a little more noteworthy than the folks expected.
Oh, that's right, a cruise. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I usually always talk to Chakwas here at this point because she gives you kind of a better idea about both her life, something about Captain Anderson, and she talks about Alenko as well. So if you want to know more stuff like this, because I always try to get more in depth with these characters, so I have an idea what they're going to use them for and stuff, I always ask.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
That was the other thing I never did figure out what this game was. You can make your character into a biotic, but yet they never talk about your plant, like implant that you have. Because it sits there and says he has an L2 implant and that he gets migraines. Now, if you make a character, they don't make much discussions on what type of implant your character may or may not have, or if it's just natural. Which I always found really weird, because I was like, because I could see if they did do that, that would have been something to build on for your character, but in the end, I guess they decided not to do it.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Right. So basically we gotta go back up top now. We finished talking to everybody down below. Eventually, once we get everybody and we come back to the ship later on, I'm probably going to go around talking to everybody, so it might add a little bit. I just can't remember half the time if there's anything they add to it or not.
Losing Jenkins was hard enough.
It's usually after like every mission you gotta go around and talk to everybody around, because then they it opens more dialogue options up in the end, so it keeps building on it. And I never actually did it when I first started playing this, but let's go ahead and speak to Joker since Seth Green's so much fun to talk to.
Commander, I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Oh, that was a glitchy thing. I just heard him say work twice.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Alright, we're on Citadel.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony!
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Eh.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yeah, I never did figure out that part where Udina tries to blame you for the fact that Nihilus got killed. Theoretically, Nihilus is a Spectre. He has complete freedom to do whatever the hell he pleases. It just so happened he decided to go in by himself and try to act like a tank. It's not your fault he got killed. He was off ahead of you, so you can't be blaming us for that. I could see us getting blamed for the beacon getting blown up. Not much else. Alright, so as I was saying, basically what we're going to do is there is a string of missions that I want to do here on the Citadel. One involves this gentleman right here. Another one is, I think we have maybe another two besides this I got to get done.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Alright. Other things for this. Since I'm talking to this guy and I'm going to just try to focus on the missions, I'll give a little bit of a base explanation. So this guy, his name is Kaylin, and basically, well, that's how I call him. He is pretty much the diplomat, basically runs all this for us. It's an ambassador, same thing like Udina. He's for the species called the Elcor, which are these big guys. If you want to learn more about them, you can do it through like I think it's the Codex. It kind of gets into like all the different species. It'll have them talk, stuff like that. Also talking to these guys gives you a better idea about what they're supposed to be doing. Give them some background knowledge on who they are. Den here is the one for, I can't remember his species name anymore. But basically both of them are the same. He's a diplomat, these two share the same office. This guy here is the ambassador for his species. Yeah, I play a lot of Mass Effect, but I haven't touched this for a while, so remembering everybody's names is almost impossible. If you talk to him, though, he'll pretty much tell you, which I can just do here.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Den. At least introduce yourself.
I don't remember who he is. Oh, Volus, yeah.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, EarthClan.
Volus, that's right. I do gotta remember that crap. So basically these two share office. If you talk with that guy, you kind of figure out why he's in such a crappy mood. And it's kind of funny since he just wants to complain. At least in my opinion, I think he wants to complain. So let me get my guns ready. This door doesn't lead anywhere. If we open this door, it'll take us to the main area. Eventually there will be one gentleman I have to talk to. I think it's after we complete everything here on the Citadel and we got another mission through with him. One thing you can do, that it took me a while to navigate through here when I first played Mass Effect because I was unsure where to go. This is the Rapid Transit. Now Rapid Transit will take us to Presidium locations and we can go directly to the Citadel Tower. Before we do that though, what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I think it'll be faster, is we will run over here and talk to the consort that Elcor is mentioning of. That way when we go to another location, we already have access to it and we can begin it. I usually do these missions because I know later in the other Mass Effects, talking to this woman, actually there's a bit more story that they add to with it. So I always enjoy trying to get talking to her so that I know that I can keep access to it.
Welcome, I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in 3 or 4 months.
Jesus.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
What do you do here, Nalina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nalina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
These textures still haven't aged too well.
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Alright, let's start it up. Again, I haven't figured out if she was supposed to give us too much realm of knowledge about what's going to go on in the other Mass Effect, because whenever you go to play Mass Effect 2 and 3, whatever she tells you in this series or later on, I never really got the deeper meaning, if I remember right. I'd have to rehear her say it to double check.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Cora's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
I just never figured out why they make her so touchy. Like, she puts her hand on your cheek, she sits there and hugs you. It's just like, if that was me, I'd be like, personal space, get the hell away from me. I'm just saying. I think we got a couple. I think if anybody watches it, they got kind of the same feeling from that. It's just like, I tell her to get the hell away from me. Also, another thing that's really nice with this is, once you actually find one of these fast travel systems for the rapid transit, it actually gives you access to a lot of the other ones if you go to a new one. So, like this one will open up, you'll see consorts, place, you'll see Citadel Towers, so that one was already unlocked, but now you see embassies is unlocked. So we can go back across. It won't take us to Udina's, but it will get us pretty much to the entrance where we just gotta walk up the stairs. But I do remember when I first played this and I saw when they brought out the Citadel and they showed it and everything. I loved this game when I seen it because it was just awe-inspiring to see what they had, even for a game that's old as
Saren's
this.
hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the Council.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Oh, so this room actually still looks pretty just as nice as it used to be. I kind of like how they tried to make it. They tried to give it more of a better feel with like trying to get some trees grown in, trying to make it look like it had some type of nice environment to it. 'Cause I remember walking in here and I was like, wow, this place is amazing. Now when you look back on it, it still kind of has a nice look to it, but not nearly as good as it could be. Although I'm kind of glad I set the settings back to 720, because I think I had a weirder setting, and it didn't. This doesn't look nearly as good as it could be. Hey, look, it's Captain Anderson. Hello. Now to get yelled
Hearing's
at.
already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
Yeah.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
See, the other thing from this game that I haven't figured out yet is we sit there and see the end of Eden Prime. He's on that supposed unidentified ship. Where the hell is he now, and why the hell can I see him through a hologram? Like, I was always curious where the hell he's been at.
Saren despises humanity.
I thought it was
That's
hilarious.
Why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
Do that hand clip.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Alright, so as you guys can sit there and see, Harkin is the person Udina recommends, and Captain Anderson recommends to go to the Shadow Broker. Both of them, you can use either one, but we'll probably end up using Harkin, because I usually don't do the Shadow Broker one. If I remember, there's a little bit more to it than Harkin's. Harkin tells you straight up where he's at. Shadow Broker, I think you got to do a couple extra things for it.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out.
Ain't that the goddamn truth?
We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the shadow broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is, or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alright, so as I was saying, doing the Shadow Broker mission does kind of come in handy for, like, if you go play Mass Effect 2 into 3, so you have kind of a better idea about what you're dealing with. Let's see, did we talk with this guy?
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
Yes, we could.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Just tell me what you're doing. I'm not here to get you into trouble.
All right. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I can help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Alright. So another thing that I failed to mention was when you guys sat there and seen that, what about you and Saren from when we were talking to Captain Anderson? Whenever you tried talking to him about it, you actually probably could read it off the book they made for it. So there is a bit of a backstory as to how they know each other. It's both a good and a bad thing. It just so happens if you read it, you get a better idea. Also, as you guys can sit there and see, this one, that's why I always say I go to Cora's Den. That's where Harkin's going to be, is they give you a free pass to fly right there. And there's the other mission there as well, so it saves you the trouble of going to help the Shadow Broker, and you have to head here anyway. And get ready for this. Done. Probably do better if I had my shotgun out, but where the hell did he go?
Those were Saren's men.
All targets down.
Also, I never did figure out why in the hell you hear gunshots out here and not one person's panicking. It's like everybody's like, oh yeah, it's just normal.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
I got business here, but not...
Commander. What do you want?
I'm here on Shaira's behalf. Your lies are hurting her.
Good! Her lies have been killing me for days. I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
Because she rejected me. Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet.
I think I can see why you're upset, but spreading these lies won't make it better.
Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
General, did you ever win a battle by moping in a bar?
Ha, war. That's what this feels like, all right. How did I let it come to this? So you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort. Even if she won't have me back.
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right, I'll go to her. After I've had a cold shower or two. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an L-Corps diplomat out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this data pad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince the L-Corps.
Who am I taking it to, and where is he?
His name is Zaltan. He's an L-Corps diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women, Kate.
Back off, Rex. Fist told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
That's irony.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? 'Cause I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. We'll see where this goes.
Maybe later.
Suit yourself, princess. You know, if more Marines looked like you, I might have joined the Alliance instead of CSEC.
Harkin, right? I was told you could help me find someone.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, huh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
As far as I am concerned with Harkin, if you guys want to watch videos on him and sit there and see what he has to say, you can. I'm pretty sure there are videos out there for it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not too concerned with it.
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. But he's just messing with her.
Also, the other thing I've always wondered in this game is, if you notice, Saren looks a lot different compared to the average Turian. So I was always wondering how they did that. Like, why did they make him look different? Because I've never seen another one that looks exactly like him, so it's always been kind of weird. And also, once you're done talking with Harkin, it tells you exactly where Garrus is. So all you have to do is just talk to him, go back to this, and you immediately go to the next section. It's so much faster.
I didn't tell
Sort
anyone,
of.
I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Finally, some action.
Okay, shoot that out. Grenade there. What up? Corpse launches. Damn, ankles went in the air. Jesus Christ. That's the one thing I will say I love about Mass Effect 1. I just love throwing hand grenade and you just see a body end up like that. That just looks hilarious. Also, I wish they would explain that bit, because if you guys watch the cutscene, there's only 3 guys we see. The one guy is holding the person called Dr. Michelle hostage. He gets shot in the head. and then all of a sudden his body's disappeared. Now there's 4 of them. I wish he could have explained that better.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Then what?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
We can handle this on our own. Let's go.
Alright, so basically this is where you guys get into being able to pick characters. So, how I usually do it is, since we have access to Ashley, Caden, these other 3 will be opened up to us as time goes on, and then Garrus. I usually just run Ashley and Caden for most of the game because I usually find it a little bit easier. She does a lot more. She's like my character, complete soldier that adds more combat strength. Alenko usually gives us that good go-between because he has biotic strength and tech strength. That means the tech strength allows him to decrypt different decryptions. So if you get a lock or something that needs to be decrypted, he can do it. Electronic, same thing. That's why you boost those 2 out first. You might not find them useful for combat, but it'll give you different areas you can unlock into it. It makes your life so nice and easy. So we're probably just going to be running with these 2 for most of the game until we reach a certain point, because eventually there is a point where you have to make a decision on them. Not too sure who I'll probably go with. If you know anything about Mass Effect, I said I probably will keep Caden alive, but I don't know. Maybe for the recording, maybe I'll keep Ashley alive for once. I don't know. I'll have to make a decision on that. I really hate spoiling it, but again, as I always say, this game's been out for as long as it has been. It's hard to spoil things that everybody should already know about. Also, as you said, we can also get Rex as a bounty hunter, and we can actually recruit him with us. If I remember correctly, he should be down in the C-Sec room. I usually never go get him because he is useful as a character, but if you don't take him with you, let's see, can I time this?
I'm on it. I will destroy you.
I'm
on it.
I think I hurt him. They kill him though. Also, the other thing is I usually don't use too many of the powers that you can do in this game. Let's see. We'll just wait. There we go. Let's see.
Go, go, go!
Shoot that out. It's hurt.
Hold the line. I'm on it.
Shoot a boy there. Shoot a boy there. And I usually find it because in this scene you're going to see, I usually like trying to. I just hate seeing somebody get killed randomly. Also, this is another point in the game where having access to the different dialogue options come in handy. So,
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
walk in here.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
And this is usually the part of the game that I enjoyed a hell of a lot. Basically, when you sit there and see this dialogue option pop up, you get some base ones where it says, nobody threatens me. That means that's like usually the base renegade one you can get under intimidation. They work for Fist, it's neutral, and then it's them or us. It's basically you trying to say this is the best possible option if you didn't have access to ones on the left. So to get the Paragon options open, you have to have, I think it's Persuasion up, whatever one is not intimidating. Intimidating unlocks the best renegade options. Since I pretty much made my character Paragon, I went ahead and you'll sit there and see save yourself. You see a lot of the blue options unlocked, but very rarely will you see a red one. When I did play this game on 360 though, when I first started playing, I unlocked both of these options and put all my points into them the max amount. But it wasn't until after I realized that was a waste of points. You literally could keep those points, keep leveling up and putting it to your weapon stat. So if you know you're going to go Renegade, go Renegade. If you know you're going to go Paragon, go Paragon. That way you're not wasting all your points into other things.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
I can't believe that worked.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.